Welcome23 here, obviously, and the purpose of this video is to give you updates as fast as humanly possible, as well as answer some of your burning questions about choices, Romance Club, PC, what are we doing with the channel, what's going on, etc. Let's dive into it. First and foremost, yes, after the last update, I loved seeing all of your comments and everything else, and it's nice to know that something that I had to take medication for every single day of my life was because of a bad primary care. There was a break, and then I found a new primary care. During this break, I didn't have medication for it. And so the new primary care is like, let's do a lot of blood tests, everything else, see where you are, and we'll go from there. And they find out that the levels are stable, and I'm like, how does this work? Just to keep it short for you guys, he said that most likely there was a couple things that was going on during that time when they initially diagnosed me, that they said that there could have been internalized trauma because I was dealing with some health problems at the time. And so it could have lowered the levels. And so they give you those pills to bring your levels back up. Finally, they got to the max dose. And they're like, no, you're fine. When it could have just been trauma that my body needed to heal, did heal. But because you're on the pills, it just made my body just go, we don't have to put in the work because the pills are doing it. That's about it. And there were a lot of negative side effects to it, but I digress. Now I have to take something else that we found out due to the blood tests, and now I have to take every single day, and it has negative side effects too, so yay for that. Moving on to the next kind of positive thing-ish, knock on wood, is went and changed the biologicals that I was getting to test and see if it would help my lungs and whatnot. We changed that here just 2 weeks ago to try something different to see if it would be better, worse, or no different. So there's no real update on that. We have to give it a couple months to really get in there and check. I did not like the side effects of that one when I had it. A lot of negative side effects. I've had to push through it. You're usually within the first few days, about 5 days, kind of like in an orange. In the first couple hours to the couple days, like 2, you're still in the red. You can still have a lot of things to the point you can drop dead. And that can happen every time you receive this injection. However, clearly I'm still here. So, hopefully, for the next couple months as I'm getting these, hopefully things get better, and we'll just have to see. So I'll update you then. As for the PC, if you watch the videos about that, we sent it back to them. I took all of my parts out of it because of their negligence and the fact that the whole entire thing was going to have to be rebuilt on their end, and they told me to take my parts out. Initially, I was going to do that, and I was going to be like, okay, if you guys are going to rebuild the whole thing as if new, but then they started making, like, half-truths and lies, and just, as the saying goes, screw me once, shame on you. Screw me twice, shame on me. Was not going to let it get to a third time, so after 2 lies, I was like, you know what, nope. I'm going to go with your other offer, which was, you have had so many problems with us that we're just going to go ahead and refund for the portion that we rightfully owe you. And that's great. That is, money that is being put back in the pot to build a new computer, right? So we can get back on our feet. So literally and figuratively, we can start doing stuff around here again, right? So, with that being said, going to keep this short and sweet. Please, 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 I will pin it down below, but there are ways that you can support that effort to get back up and running with a PC that I plan to even stream, putting together, right? And doing it for all of us to enjoy, and kind of doing it together, me putting it together. You guys can stop by when and if it does happen. And that way, it's just an experience that I'd like to share with you. It's showing you that, yeah, no, every single penny, every single everything goes into that. I would hope that we reach the goal for that. And then also anything and everything that ever goes beyond that goal, as I've, said in the past, it will go towards, like, Choices VIP, diamonds, covering other games that you guys want me to cover. You guys have been like, are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? the almighty dollar. It has to come from somewhere. And with the expenses of medical and the position that I'm in, also the fact that I take care of 2 special needs brothers that I have had to take care of for 20 years. And they're completely incontinent, completely 100% reliant on care and being fed and everything else. And that who else is going to carry a guy who weighs like 150 plus pounds, has no ability to walk? It's me. I've made videos showing I've carried him on my own shoulder, which because of that, doing it for so long, has started to break down my body. And that's one of the reasons why even firefighters can only go for so long doing that. Military servicemen, weightlifters, etc. Everybody eventually hits a wall. So enjoy your youth. Make use of it. Because one day you're going to sit there and be like, oh, it sounds like Rice Krispies when I get up, snap, crackle, pop. So anyway, and then in the meantime, yeah, though, there's a lot of things internally that can go wrong with you. So think about what you eat. Think about what you drink. This is your temple. Try and treat it with respect. Just saying. Anyway, aside from that, there are other ways that you guys can give back, but, you know, as small as $1 would be greatly appreciated. I will pin that down below as well, because to explain that would be like a good 5 minutes in and of itself, and I can just, you know, give you a few things down below. I'll even reply to you in the comments, as always. I love replying to you guys. I love reading your comments. I even answer them on stream, and I love doing it. And to me, you know, not to throw shade on anybody, but I am a creator that I don't care how big I get. I would always look forward to answering you guys' comments, to seeing your guys' comments, and I would always take time and set it aside to do that, no matter how big I ever get. And here's hoping it would be nice. Because, you know, I would love to grow this community. I would love to grow this channel. I always have. I look at all of you, and I've echoed this so much. I'm sure you guys are tired of it, but this is a family to me. We do not need to be blood related to be a family, right? Your family is who you include in your circle. And I want to include everyone. Everyone is welcome. There is no one who is not unwelcome. The only people who are not welcome are people who basically have a lot of hate in your heart. And if you're someone like that, I'd be glad to even work with you, because, you know, I've kind of been there and battled some things, especially, you know, shadows and whatnot in my younger years, and there are ways to overcome them. There really is. Aside from that, I would just love to grow my community, my channel bigger. So, you know, I could maybe start doing for others, right? Like, sure, I would love to take care of my family first and foremost, right? But beyond that, to be able to really go for some causes, to help some other people, to do things like that. That has been always the goal, numero uno on this channel, is to always be there for other people and to always stand by other people and help other people. And while I've given so much to others, even the shirt off my own back, I'm someone who has been there for a lot of people and talked, and I know you guys have talked to me and talked about how bad your day is, even early childhood stuff and things like that, and I'm glad that I've helped pull some people even off the ledge. And I will continue to do that until my last breath. So, I would like to get back to doing a lot of that. I would like to get back to making content. I would like to do a lot of that stuff. And so I need you guys' support. I really do. So if you're not able to give in the ways that I can list down below, that is fine. The second biggest thing that I can ask is to please share not just my stuff that I share down below, that'll be pinned, but to share this channel, because no creator on the face of this planet, no one, even if you're a religious person, what did you think about it? No one can grow and or anything can happen if it's not shared. The word of mouth, sharing, we have the internet, we can share to our friends, we can share to our family, we can share to complete strangers. And so, if you guys value at all what I've done here, please share it. Have people come be a part of this community, this family that I have tried for 14 years to grow. 14. Like, when I look at the videos I've made, which is over 4,000, the over 1,000 live streams that I've had done, and all the multitasking and everything else I've done on other places, I like to go, okay, what is so-and-so at the top level doing, right? Or at least in the top 100, and compare myself even to people such as Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, people that I respect, and I go, wow, I've done as, same or more in some areas than they have, and our community, our family hasn't grown, and I've really tried to be myself. And there's a few other projects and everything else that I'm working on that I would really like to share with you guys. It's things that during these past few months I've been working on, like I said, on myself, and things that I do want to share with you, and things that I believe that I don't know, it would give you a huge insider look on me, the type of person I am, and why I do what I do, and the things that I do and say, and yada yada yada. Aside from that, the whole PC and things, that goes towards choices as well as Romance Club, because I know a lot of you have been asking. So, here's the deal. Not this week are we going to get back to it, but we are going to get back to it, in the next week. I'm not doing VIP off the go. We've fallen back too much, and let's be honest, Choices doesn't deserve it right now. Crown and the Flame Remastered, that's behind a VIP paywall. Make it make sense to me. Also, Romance Club, gotta catch back up on that. We were right there before all of this catastrophe went bad, and so I'm looking to get that up and going once again. Once we play catch-up through the tons of books that I have missed, that have gone to wide release, and that people who do not get VIP are freely able to access. Once we're caught up on that, we will then readdress VIP as a whole. I'd say, if I really buckled down with you guys' support, and we were able to get this all taken care of and put away, I could maybe be caught back up. October's pushing it. Right, especially since it's the middle of September. October's pushing it. I want to say maybe November, because in October I like to do a lot of spooky stuff. I was even thinking of doing some awesome, cool things this year that I've never done before, like doing some spooky streaming from haunted places. Even going to cemeteries and things like that late at night, especially during the witching hour, and having some fun there, and being able to share it with all of you. And so, let me know if that's something you're like, yes! Also sharing some good spooky stuff. Trying to do spooky games, because I know a lot of you love those. So, spooky time! Can we get some of that going? So again, I need you guys' support. In all of that. And everything that I do, I need your support. I need really anyone and everyone's support, really. And I would love to grow this community, this family that we have. I cannot stress that enough. That has become my goal, because I don't really have, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, no, I want a Ford Mustang, and I want a vacation in the Bahamas, and I want this, and I want that. I just want to grow this community to the point where I can actually help other people. First and foremost, I want to be able to take care of things here, medication, things like that, keep the lights on, get the computer that we need to get going. And I'm not asking for much, really, at the end of the day, I'm not. But also, help with my brothers, right? And just go from there. And then start helping other people. It's literally been a goal since day one of making content. So, aside from that, again, I would like to start next week doing Choices in Romance Club, pacing myself, working at it. Like I said, we'll probably catch up at the pace of Choices updates Okay. Anyway, and Romance Club updates. They've been doing a lot over there. Again, I have to think about this. I have to think about health. I have to think about how taxing it is to read all that. How taxing it is even right now to talk to you for 15 minutes. You know, in order to keep going and do that stuff, I have to take things, medications, either homeopathic or non, to keep the irritation down, to keep the pain down, etc., while I do read, while I do voice, while I do all these things. It is taxing. And if anyone goes, I don't believe you, as I've done many times before, I've always been more than willing to show my medical things via the my charts and the blood tests and my medications you guys have seen. Now I've got a new one, which comes in a big old box, bigger than your phone, and you have to do it every single day, and it's just not fun. So yeah. Other than that, I don't think I've missed anything. Hopefully each and every one of you, I know, I'll just keep this small part here. I know each and every one of you has your own lives, your own battles, your own things that you deal with. And I know right now, man, the news this past week has been really dark, hasn't it? Especially as a country in America, if you're living here. And unfortunately, as a person who's an empath, as a person who tries to stay away from all that, because it really plays on your noggin, right? I can say that we really need to stick together. We really need to be positive. We really need to, because things are going to get worse, unfortunately. Especially with this past week and the things that have happened. Things are only going to get worse. And I can't stress that enough. And so, I am here for you. Hopefully you're there for me. And together we can all get through this, right? That's one of the reasons why I try and keep my channel out of, you know, all that stuff, so we can be positive, right? So we can work on things, and just, it's a way of getting away from all that negativity, right? And then also trying to maybe betterment the world, because that's one of my other goals, is to leave this place better than I came into it. And I gotta say, I got my work cut out for me. I was already trying for the last 14 years, and then the other things that I was doing besides streaming, right? And a lot of you guys don't know about that either, and I would love to share that sometime with you, but I'm trying to do good things off the internet too that you don't always have to put online, right? Just, man, this past week has really made me feel like I'm inadequate and not ready for the work I gotta put in. So, again, it's just hang in there, right? That's about it. So other than that, once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to be here. Thank you for not bouncing the minute you found out something bad happened to the channel and the computer and things like that. It's very much appreciated. Aside from that, please, please, please consider checking out what's pinned down below. Consider helping out the channel. Consider supporting the channel, and, you know, hopefully we can get back on our feet. You know, not just as a channel, but just everything. Alright? Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Love your beautiful faces. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Live long and prosper. Peace out.